Radical.
Welcome to Radical Rapid Fire Comment Response for December 12th through December 18, 2022. Short comments, quick replies. Lee, you calling Hispanics beaners with a 3 and not an E, so I guess when he types it, it's okay. He has an emoji, face palming, reported racist ass prick. Okay, so I know there's lots of racist things that people say about different types of people, different races, whatnot. I didn't think beaners was terribly a racist thing because it's well known that Hispanics, they like beans. I'm just making observations here. They like beans, they like hot food, they like chili, they like, tacos. That's what I kind of just observe. Black people, they tend to like watermelon. They like chicken, fried chicken specifically. I've never known a black person personally that didn't love fried chicken. And white people, well, we eat tofu and rice. That's what we eat, So I don't think that's terribly racist, but you felt differently. And you reported me to Susan at YouTube. Okay, well, I'm waiting to hear back from Susan. And I hope something happens because you went to the trouble of reporting me. So I hope Susan gets back to me and she gives me a tongue lashing. Usually I don't mind tongue lashings from females, by the way. J Retro, this was literally all I could think of when I saw her original Please Help Little Old Me video talking about Lady Decade. Life must be difficult reading scripts your husband clearly wrote and often already used himself word for word. I didn't notice this. Has any of you noticed this, that maybe she reads a script and possibly it's repeats of some stuff that he has actually done? I wonder if they even mix it up sometimes. Now, I can't verify that he writes all of her scripts. I will say that she's not as original as him. You can kind of tell that something's going on there when you're following her uploads, or at least when I used to. And I speak as a person that has only seen a couple Lady Decade uploads. So I really can't, I'm not a good authority to speak on Lady Decade right now. Currently, I'm not. I can only tell you certain things maybe from past experiences. But no, that's not that hard of a life. If your job is showing up, reading scripts your husband wrote, and just looking at a camera and making sure your cleavage is adjusted, that's not that difficult of a life. John Marston, your videos are some of the worst content I've seen on this platform. The Sphere Hunter Susie, she has way better videos than this crap. Well, I didn't go to Spear Hunter Susie. I'm not sure what kind of uploads she has, but I do agree that my videos are some of the worst compared to some of the other uploads on YouTube because this is a static screen most of the time, John. They're not really videos, they're audios. You didn't follow up with your audios are some of the best content you've seen on the platform. So, you need to follow that up with that. But I actually had a reply to you. My channel is one of the best general commentary / humor spots on YouTube, has been for several years, and I'm not exactly sure why you would leave something so inaccurate here. Did I insult one of your favorite teams? Are you angry about a small pecker, perhaps? Either way, it's not my problem. John Marston. Okay, Rune Mama. Damn, Rick, 2022 is about to end, and you're still on February for Radical Comment of the Week. Are you going to start over from scratch in 2023, or still make 2022 Comment of the Week vids? I won't hold it against you if you just cut your losses for 2022 and start up again in 2023. Let's see here. I think I'm going to wait until February to actually re-up Comment of the Week. Restart Comment of the Week. And that way, when I actually do catch up, I can brag that I was a year behind and I still caught up while keeping up with all the different series I have here and having hardly little to no time to actually do it. That's going to be a bragging point. But no, it's coming. I'm going to restart it. Venom Hernandez. When you deal with Hispanics and when they see a console, they want it for dirt cheap. Laugh out loud. That's racist, Venom Hernandez. That's racist. There's been some Hispanics that gave me hundreds of dollars bills for stuff, so that is racist. Okay, report this guy. Hey, fella, whoever your name was, report this guy to Susan. This guy's racist. I'm just kidding. There are some Hispanics like that, but there's some white people like that. I would say there's more white people of white, black, and Hispanics, mostly It's the white people that have tried to the white people that have tried to talk me down on prices. Clammy Gamine. Hope you get better, Rick. Maybe consult WebMD. As far as a phone, I just got my first Moto smartphone after years since dumb phones. Lost my phone and was eligible for a Moto G 5G for $100. Not even a week old, so no verdict yet. The only thing I do not like about it so far, no fast charge. Well, I have a Moto also. Is it the G? I might have the same exact phone. I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, I mean, I got it. I don't have the box anywhere. It's working okay. I didn't like it at first, but it's working okay. There's actually some aspects of it that are far superior to the other phone. I still don't like that it's bigger. I would prefer it to be smaller and have a smaller screen, but it fits in most of my pockets. I'm not a guy that wears skinny jeans, but if I wore those skinny jeans that have little pockets, then that's not going to work for you. So before you buy a phone, make sure it actually fits in your pocket. So you want to make sure to ask the lady wherever you're going to buy it, hey, can I take that out and put it in my pocket? I'm not going to steal it. I just need to measure to see, how well it fits in the pocket. And I'm not consulting WebMD because when you consult WebMD, you think you have everything. You think you have everything. There's other better places to consult other than WebMD. I don't know about that, because you might start clicking and go like, I have tumors, I have cancer, I have this, I have third grade this. Oh my goodness, and you'll leave maybe more worried than anything. Arioka, funny how Nintendo doesn't have any COD games for their current system, considering they did for the Wii and Wii U. That is kind of crazy. I didn't know that the Wii and the Wii U had Call of Duty games. They had Call of Duty games? I never had a Wii or Wii U. Maybe that's one of the reasons I didn't know that they had those games. Why in the hell do they have COD games and the new Switch doesn't have COD games? They're just like, they could play the new COD games, couldn't they? Is that what it is? Maybe the Switch is not technically advanced enough to play the new COD games? And the makers of COD, I'm sure they would downscale the COD games to work on the Switch, because there's a lot of money being left on the table. Believe me, a lot of money being left on the table. And if all people have to play online shooter-wise on the Switch is Splatoon, then believe me, there's a lot of money being left on the table that they could be making on the Switch. COD. Red Stress 97. I know you like to talk about cars, so I thought I'd mention this. RGT85 just bought a 1987 Mercedes to restore. Turns out it was going to require more work than he thought. Any thoughts on this project? I think if you have the money, I'm not going to hold it against anybody for buying something to restore if they have the money. A Mercedes is probably not the worst thing to buy to restore if you have the money. I would say a Ferrari is probably the worst thing you could buy, or a Lamborghini. That's the worst thing, because you got to think of like how much sourcing any small part for one of those vehicles is. What would be the best things to restore? Maybe like old Toyotas. Probably the best things to restore because, people bought a lot of Toyotas. I have a Nissan 94 I'm trying to restore, and that's hard enough. I have a problem. I just put an engine in right now, has 90,000 miles on it, which is pretty low for a Nissan engine. But I have to replace the speedometer because I used to be able to use a magnet there's a trick with a magnet to get your hot and cold, but it's all the way over on hot, but it's not overheating. So there's no way to really know if my car is overheating until I get that fixed. And the guy says, I basically just need a whole different unit. And I can get one used on eBay for 90 some bucks, but with my luck, I'd probably get one and it would have the same issue and whatnot. Do any of you know how to is there a way to adjust the needle once it's all the way over on the hot and get it back on cold other than like a trick with a magnet that I was doing? King Core Gaming? King Corgi Gaming. There we go. King Corgi Gaming. You, my friend, have earned a sub. The king of flipping burgers had me rolling. Yeah, you left a comment on my Young Defiant upload. And in that upload, I talked about how basically I feel that Young Defiant is playing a persona. A lot of people think he actually thinks he's the king of anime, the king of gaming, the king of YouTube, the king of everything. I talked about how the only thing he's the king of is king of flipping burgers at Burger King if he gets a job at Burger King. Because he's damn sure not the king of YouTube. I thought he was self-aware of it because he has uploads like Attack on Titan is trash. this is trash. So, from the aspect of like pulling in views to get views, if you want to get views, you just got to do those kind of uploads. Just say something is trash. People will come by and they will agree or they will disagree. It's one of those, reactionary type thumbnail upload schemes. And people will come by and they might leave some, hate for you, but then he blocks all the people that leave the negative comments, I suppose. I don't think it's a real person. I think he's playing a persona. I think he is. Some people push back against that and have great arguments against it. But I will point to one thing that I pointed to in that upload, which was the fact that he says his uploads are highly edited, but he's just talking over a blank screen. That would be like me saying, hey, this edition of Radical Rapid Fire Comment Response didn't just take 25 minutes. It's highly edited and took me all day. A lot of you will call me out on the BS on that, so I called out Young Defiant on his BS.